I'd like to talk about Brit Milah today. One of the special mitzvahs that we have that certainly make us unique. The question I want to ask is, why did Avraham wait 100 years in order to perform Brit Milah on himself? Now, you'll answer me back, what do you mean, why did he wait? Hashem didn't command him until he was 100. But the question is really coming off of what the rabbis explain. The rabbis tell us that before Avraham was told by Hashem to do anything, he already was able to understand and perceive the entire Torah and fulfill it. So remember, Avraham, in his spiritual quest, Lech Lecha, go in this journey to find the truth, to find the etzem, the essence of his neshama, he was able to already understand what his neshama needed in the world, which is to do the Torah. 613 mitzvot correspond to 613 limbs and sinews. So he already did all of the mitzvot before he was told by Hashem to do them. So the big question now is, if he's doing all of the mitzvot, keeping Shabbat, even rabbinic mitzvot, they go so far as to say that he fulfilled already in his time, so why didn't he do Brit Milah? Let me make the question even stronger. Kabbalah explains to us what really the problem is without having the Brit Milah. That the worst, most intense type of spiritual impurity that can bring a person down and connect him to the negative forces that exist out there spiritually is through the orla. Having the orla on his body is considered one of the worst things that a Jew can spiritually do, that will detach him or distance him from the idea of purity and sanctity. So now let's ask the question again with this in mind. Why would Avraham leave something on his body that would hold him back from, coming closer to Hashem? Something that would attach him to such negative forces and make him more impure. So a fabulous answer brought to this question in the Sifrei Chassidut, Kutei Sichot mentions, is like this. We have to understand that with all our great ideas and everything that we can accomplish on our own, if we're the source of that idea, if we're the source of that action, then it's ultimately limited to what we're able to accomplish. But if God becomes the source of our action somehow, then the action can become unlimited. So even if we understand that ultimately God, through the Torah, is going to want us to do many things when He gives the Torah at Har Sinai, and I can know that now and I do it now, but if I'm doing it because I decided, then it's not really a command from Hashem, but it's something that I'm doing. Avraham understood that as much as he could understand the ultimate purpose of mankind, and especially of Am Yisrael, to fulfill the 613 mitzvot of the Torah, right now he was just doing them as his own personal decision to do them. As great as it was, and as lofty as it brought his neshama, it wasn't the same as doing a commandment. Now, with all of the other mitzvot, I can do it today, I can do it tomorrow, and then when God will give me the mitzvah, I can do it then as a mitzvah from Hashem. But with Brit Milah, I have only one shot at it. If I do it now, before Hashem tells me to do it, then it will be forever limited to me deciding to do it. But if I wait till Hashem says to do it, then it's unlimited because it's Hashem's act that I'm fulfilling in the world. It's Hashem's ratzon that I'm doing in the world. So Avraham understood, as bad as it was to keep this orla on him, if I take it off too soon, then I'll miss out on how great the mitzvah of Milah could be. So he waited 100 years with this negative element on his body till Hashem said to take it off. By doing it, then he did it in the ultimate way he could do it. Furthermore, we can add to this, when we speak about the spiritual dimension of the mitzvot, so let's be honest, do we have the power within ourselves to conquer the evil in this world, to conquer the spiritual evil that exists in the upper world? The koach that comes from Hashem, the power that we have to fix this world and to elevate ourselves, is coming from Hashem. So it's actually even more important. Without Hashem telling us to do the mitzvot, our mitzvot wouldn't have the same power, wouldn't have the same potency. So if Avraham would have done it sooner, he would have accomplished as much as he needed to accomplish. And that's the beauty of Am Yisrael receiving the Torah. And that's why when we do the mitzvah of Brit Milah today, it's explained by the rabbis that we're actually doing it because Hashem commanded us in the Torah, not because Avraham did it. He did do it, and it's based on him doing it, but the koach of the mitzvah and what we accomplish spiritually when we do the mitzvah came to Am Yisrael at Har Sinai, when Hashem gave us the Torah and gave us the koach to affect the spiritual realms in the most powerful and impactful way. There's a verse that compares this comparison of doing the mitzvot before Matan Torah and doing the mitzvot after Matan Torah. And it compares the doing of the mitzvot before the giving of the Torah like the fragrance that you get from nice scented oils. It's a beautiful smell, but there's nothing to it. It's just a fragrance. But when you have the actual oil, so you have the real physical thing to possess. And that's the difference. Doing mitzvot after Matan Torah, the mitzvah itself has a power to affect the physical world in a tangible way. Before we were given the mitzvot, so even if we did these good things, it didn't affect the world in such a physical way. It didn't sanctify our physical body, and it didn't sanctify the physical world. When Yaakov did, in the Torah mentioned that he went and he used sticks to help that the animals that were procreating should come out spotted and speckled. So Al Pi Kabbalah, the mystics explained that really what he was doing was similar to tefillin. The same spiritual thing that we accomplish through tefillin is what he was accomplishing. But when he was finished with what he did, the sticks that he used, he put on back on the floor. They weren't special. They didn't become holy. But when we write a pair of tefillin today, the tefillin themselves become holy. This is the difference between before and after Matan Torah. And this is the difference between Avraham doing the mitzvah before Hashem said to do it versus after Hashem said to do it. May we all merit to fulfill the mitzvot in the most meaningful way we can, obviously investing of ourselves, but realize that the ultimate power in the mitzvah to change ourselves and the world, and through the mitzvot we'll merit to see Mashiach and the Bet HaMikdash b'mher b'yameinu comes from Hashem.